Hello my friends, I am Dr. Bree and I have the most fun workout for you today. As many of you know, I love hip circles. This is something that I've been sharing with you guys for a long time. But if you're new to circles, I'm going to give you some basics and then we're going to go through a quick little routine. So get ready to feel your core, wake up your core in a way you may not have done before with me. Let's go step by step through the moves that you're going to do in the quick little routine at the end. So our first move is going to be a circle with your hip, where you're drawing a circle with your hip this way. So turn to the side and go ahead and lift your heel off the floor. So you're really engaging the muscles of your calf and you're feeling really strong and rooted through your legs. So the first thing we're going to do is put your hand on your hip or down at the side, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to circle the hip up, back, and around. Ready? Practice this with me. So up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. I'll show you from the front. It looks like this. Up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. You should really feel this in your side waist muscles. So this is going to be a great ab workout. You're really going to feel this all throughout your abdominals and your back in a good way. We never want to feel pain. This is a good sensation, a good muscular work. So up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, then we're gonna bend both knees a little bit more. So strong, really strong through your feet. Make sure your arch is lifted on this leg right here. You wanna feel that lift through the inner arch. And this heel, the right heel for me, is still lifted off the ground. So now both legs are a little bit bent, strongly bent on this side, a little bit bent on the standing leg. Go ahead and stick your rear back. You don't want to be forward like this. So stick your rear back just a little bit, strong through the core, and now your shoulder is going to roll back and around. So right now, what we're doing is mobilizing our shoulder joint, but we're also really strong through the legs. So this is a great leg workout right now. Keep breathing. Working on our balance as well. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to stand up and we're going to do regular hip circles. So big old hip circles. I'm going to show you from the front just so you can see what I'm doing. So what they look like is this. You're going to go forward with your hips to the side, back, and to the other side. Forward, to the side, back, to the other side. Try to keep your upper body quite still as you move your hips in a circle on the ground. So your feet can be about shoulder width apart, and we're doing the big circles. Just practice them for me right now. Now, I like to really feel my core engage, especially as I come forward. So feel as you come forward that you're lifting your pelvic floor and pulling in your low abs. Now when you go back, you're not necessarily fully letting them go, but you're gently releasing, and then when you come forward, you're gently engaging. So gentle release, gentle engage. I'm going to show you from the side again. So a gentle release, and then a gentle engage. Gentle release, gentle lift of your pelvic floor, and pulling in of your abs. I hope you can feel that. Again, your knees can be soft, and your feet can be about shoulder width apart. Keep practicing this circular motion of your hips. And again, notice and feel that your shoulders and your head are not really moving. They're staying really quite still. Let's go around a couple more times. And now I want you to transition. Keep the circle going, but step out to the side. So now you're facing forward, and then step to the other side. So now you're facing the other direction. And we repeat the same thing on the other side. So remember, we start with the, this is now my left leg, knee bent and heel off the floor. And we're gonna start with those hip circles just with this hip. So just one hip, you're going this way with your circle. Okay, let's go for it. So up, back, and around. Now, you shouldn't be necessarily going like out to the side and then back in. We're not doing this. We're really trying to make this like we're tracing a clock. For me, it's going counterclockwise right now. but you're tracing a clock on the wall that's out to the side, or that's in front of you right now if you're looking at me. So you're tracing a clock. And again, for me, because I'm going up, back, and around, this clock is actually going counterclockwise, but for you, it might be going clockwise. Just trace a clock with your hips and feel how that activates, of course, your leg, because you can see how your knee is driving the hip. Your knee is driving the hip. So you're feeling the legs, but you're also feeling your abs. So let's keep going. Couple more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend both knees. Remember, we're really rooted through the feet. Still heel is lifted on this leg. And then this side, my foot is flat on the ground, but I'm really lifted through the arch, spread out through the toes, grounded through that foot. This foot right here, really grounded and firm. This heel is lifted off the floor. Now we do our shoulder rolls. So we're mobilizing the shoulder, but we're also really strengthening the legs. Make sure that you're not forward like this. Your bum is actually back, but you're also not hunchy through your spine. So make sure your spine is long, your back is neutral, it's not arched, and it's not arched the other way. So you want to be really neutral and keep going with those shoulder rolls. Couple more. And then you're gonna move into your hip circles going this way. So hip circles, big hip circles. Just be practicing them right now. I'm just gonna turn and show you from the front again. So one more time, I'm just showing you how my knees are softly bent, my feet are pretty wide, and the only thing moving is my hips. So my shoulders and my head are quite still. I like to exhale and really engage the pelvic floor and the low abs as I circle around forward. And then release a little bit as I circle around back. Keep going. Now I'm going to go back to the position that you're probably in from the side. And as you're circling, transition to face front. So keep circling those hips. This is like a brain workout here. And transition by stepping out one foot, and you can keep circling as you face forward. Okay, our next move is hip figure eights. So this is a lying figure eight. It's not this way. It's actually a figure eight on the ground. We're gonna go forward with one hip and then forward and back with the other. Forward and back with one hip, forward and back with the other. It looks like this. Swoop one hip forward and back in. Now see how this hip is forward and this hip is back. Now we're gonna switch. So swoop this side forward and back in. Now this side is forward and this side is back. Let's smooth it out. So forward and back in, forward and back in. Keep breathing with this and really feel that as you come back in, that you're using those abs, those deep abdominals to pull everything back to the center. And then you swoop it out to the side and pull it back to the center. Swoop back, forward, and pull it back to the center. Swoop back, forward, and pull it back to the center. Keep going. This might take a while for you to get the hang of, but it's a great workout once you get the feel for it. Keep breathing steadily. Now, I like to always use this sort of guideline of exhaling with exertion. So for me, the exertion phase of this move is really when you pull it back to the center. But you know what, honestly, if you just keep breathing, I'm gonna be happy. Just don't hold your breath. Your knees can be soft. They really do drive the movement. The legs and the hips are totally connected, and so it makes sense that they would not be stock still. You can do that, but that's going to be impinging your back. It's going to potentially cause back problems. So to protect your back, you actually want to move those knees a little bit. Try it both ways. See what happens when you keep your knees straight and super stiff. It feels funny. It really kind of feels pinchy to me in my back. But when I move my knees, I can get more movement in my hips and it just feels like a better core workout. Okay, next move we're gonna do in the routine is a Maya. So this is a single Maya. We're just gonna move one hip up and around in a circle this way. So it's like we're going up and over a rainbow and then in. Up and over a rainbow and in. Look at my foot. My heel is lifted off the ground. So facing forward, just like this, up and over a rainbow and in. Up and over a rainbow and in. Keep going. And you should really feel this right here in your obliques, your side abs, up and over a rainbow and in. You're also gonna feel it in your calf and your legs. So maybe put your hands on your hips to give your arms a break. If I just put my hand on the hip that's moving, you can see what's going on. Now remember, we're not going forward with this, we're not going back. Keep going, by the way, keep going. We're not going forward with our hip, we're not going back. We're going straight out to the side and in. Up, straight out to the side and in. One more, and then we're gonna go to the other side. So, up, straight out to the side and back in. Up, straight out to the side and back in. Now if you're doing this right, you should feel your area in your back, that sort of like, just creases. You should feel creases in your back and your abs. I'll actually show you from behind so you can see some of these creases happening. It's a good thing. We want that. We want that feeling of your core really just moving, your spine moving, your hips moving. So I'm going to show you from the back. Keep going. This is what it looks like from the back. Okay, remember that heel is lifted off the floor, and now we're going to combine and do one side and then the other. So it looks like this. One side and then the other. One side and then the other. This might take a little while to get used to. Be patient with yourself. Remember that the side that's lifting, the heel is also going up. So the heel goes up because the leg helps drive the movement, right? So your heel goes up and then you go out and in. This side, heel goes up, we go out and in. Try to make sure that your head and your shoulders are quite still as you move the hips. So we don't want to be going like this or something crazy. We want to be really quite still up here as our legs and our hips move. Again, take your time with this, and you may really be waking up muscles in your abs and your back that you never knew you had. That's a good thing. Now, I'm not really sucked in or super engaged through my front abs right now. This is really a side body movement, side abs, side back. So I'm not really worried about zipping up and pulling everything in while I'm doing this. I'm really focused on feeling it in the sides. So keep going. Just a couple more. Okay, our next move is going to be a bust circle. So for this, what you want to do is think of your chest. So now, instead of our hips moving and our legs, our top part is moving, our bust area. So move your bust forward, so straight forward, like this, boom. It's like you're throwing a diamond from your cleavage area out in front of you, so boom, like this. Now we're gonna go straight out to the side, and now we're gonna come on back like we're catching a diamond in between our cleavage, okay? So just imagine that. You're catching that diamond. And now we're gonna go out to the other side. Forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. Keep going, keep going. Be sure when you're doing this, forward, side, back, side, that you're not tipping. It's not a big tip action like this. This isn't what we're going for. We're going for really a straight and smooth circle on the floor beneath us. So keep going, keep practicing. It's like if you had a pencil dangling down between your cleavage and the pencil tip was drawing a circle on the floor beneath you. Picture that. So again, you're not tipping side to side, you're actually going in a straight circle. Now you can take it real slow, and this is a great stretch for your back and for your chest, and a strengthener for the core as well, the upper abs and also the back area. This is a wonderful exercise. Go the other way now. So reversing directions. Forward, side, back, side. Forward, side, back, side. Keep breathing. Now in the routine, keep going, keep practicing, okay? Keep doing that circle. In the routine, we're gonna take these bust circles real slow, and we're gonna go one direction, stop. The other direction, stop. One direction, stop. The other direction, stop. Okay? So it's not too bad. You're doing great. Our last move that's in the routine is going to be a closed leg hip circle. So really tiny, tiny hip circles, and I want you to really gather in your energy to the core. So when your hip circles are bigger and your knees are bent and you're getting a lot of motion, try this right now with me. Try a big hip circle with your knees bent. Feel how there's a lot of motion happening in your abs, your back, your hips. But now when we move the legs closer and you make the hip circles smaller, and take it nice and slow and controlled. When we do the routine, you can go with my pace or you can go slower so that you can really feel the muscles turn on. You should really be able to feel a lot, especially as you swoop around forward. So the swoop around forward, like I said before, that's where I really feel my pelvic floor lift. I feel my abs pull in, and sometimes I even do an exhale. So your knees can still be a little bit bent, but your legs are not moving as much as they may have moved on the big hip circles. When your legs are closer, everything is moving not very much. It's really honing in your attention on the abs right now. So really feel it and go the other way now. So reversing directions. It's totally normal to feel that one way is easier than the other. So if you feel like one direction is easier than the other, that's okay. You're normal. Yay. Weird is normal. Isn't that crazy? So for these little hip circles at the end of the routine, keep going, keep practicing. You're really wanting to hone in your attention on the center, the pelvic floor, the deep abdominals, the deep back muscles. Bring it all inward. And that's how we end our little routine. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and go to the song. We'll have a fun song. It's just a couple minutes long, and you can do this as many times as you need to get the hang of it. Let's go. Excellent job! You made it to the end. And as a special gift to you, as a member of my Fem Fusion community, I would love to gift you 40% off of my Circle Solution e-course. This is a really fun course that's going to take you through a more advanced routine. It's going to take you through 9 videos that are going to really leave you feeling amazing through the core. Please go to bit.ly/femtribe40 to get your deal. Nothing is capitalized, just bit.ly/femtribe40.